I'm joined now by the new head coach of Florida Atlantic, Zach Kittley. Coach, welcome to Boca. You've been here for a few months now. What has it been like so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Love the community here at Boca Raton, and just the community here on campus has been really awesome. You know, everybody's been super welcoming to me, my wife, and my 3 little boys, and so it's been great. We're having a blast so far, and it's been a great 4 months or so.
You've been a couple different places before coming to Florida Atlantic, but what was it about this job that you were like, yes, this is where I want to be?
Yeah, fortunately for me, I was able to play a game here in 2021 in the Boca Bowl, and so I was able to kind of get a feel of the university a little bit there in 2021, and mainly from the alignment here. You know, when I talk about alignment, I'm talking from the top down, you know, from the president to the athletic director and where they want this football program to head. And so this is always a really cool place, and loved it after visiting here in 2021, and then, you know, get a phone call from Brian White, the athletic director, and I liked where, his vision for the athletics department and the football program we're headed. And so this was just an opportunity that I didn't think I could pass up, and was one that I knew whenever I got the opportunity, it was going to be a no-brainer.
There's also a lot of palm trees on campus, I've noticed since being here, so that probably helps when you arrive and you're like, oh, this is a beautiful place to work every day.
Yeah, not bad. Early December interview, and it's 75 degrees, so it's hard to beat that.
You'll take it for sure. When you look at your track record, though, the main thing that everyone talks about is the way that you train quarterbacks and the way that you're so offensive-minded. How do you hope to bring that to Florida Atlantic?
Starts with the players, you know, and so we've got to have the right people here, you know, and so it starts in the recruiting process and bringing in the right guys, and but excited, you know, down here, especially in the skill positions. You know, there's a million wide receivers down here in South Florida that we want to try to get them to stay home and play here for the Owls. So we're looking forward to just kind of doing what we do, you know, playing fast on offense, putting the ball in the quarterback's hands, and bringing a little something, to FAU that hadn't been seen here in quite a few years.
You talk about some of those players and the personnel, and you're starting to get to know them, and you've brought different people in. What has impressed you most so far about this team? And I know it's very early, but just first thoughts.
We just have a tight-knit locker room, you know, and that's always extremely special. I'm a big believer. I don't have a whole lot of core values or sayings or stuff like that, but I do talk about how we're always going to be a family here at FAU. And that's one thing that I love about where our roster is right now in our locker room. We're not separate. It's not offense versus defense, and we don't have cliques where, you know, just the D-line hangs out with just the D-line or just the receivers hang out with the receivers. We're truly a tight-knit family here, and that's something super special.
Something that's also very special is the fact that you are the youngest coach in the FBS right now. And so with that, let's call it a title, right? What kind of pressure do you feel, or not pressure? How do you kind of take on that role and that responsibility?
Really don't think about it much. I didn't really even know that was the case until when I got hired. It kind of went viral on, through some major media outlets. But it's cool, you know, it's great. You know, I give all the credit to the people that I've been surrounded with the last 15 years of doing this, you know, and I wouldn't be where I'm at without all the student athletes that I've coached and the coaching staffs that have helped me get to where I'm at. So I wouldn't call it pressure, you know, it's just kind of part of the job, I guess, and it's cool, it's fun. So
absolutely. And now you're stepping into this head coaching role in the American Athletic Conference. When you take a look at the conference as a whole, what do you think really stands out to you?
From the top down, this is one of the best conferences there is. You know, I mean, I know last year, you know, watching a lot of the bowl games after I just gotten hired, I want to say the American had the highest win percentage in all the bowl games, and you're looking at just the product that they put on the field week in and week out. It's a great conference, great team spread, you know, from Texas all the way out here to the East Coast, and it's just every week's competitive, you know, and I think that's what makes this conference so great.
Well, we're certainly excited to watch you and your team compete in the American this year. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.